Okay, so this is the introduction to tiles. What I'd like you to do is to go into your bag and just take out one of these very small little tiles. Just one of them.
Why is it purple?
Okay. It's double-sided. One side is blue, one side is red. Who can raise your hand and think why the two colors? Take an educated guess. Yes?
Because they wanted to.
Educated. So you could do two different types of problems?
Yes, they do stand for two different things. Yes? Yes, negative and positive. So the red side's negative, blue side's positive. For the week, we're going to probably deal mostly with blue. Okay. What I would like you to do, to the best of your ability, is just trace this little square into the first box right here to the best of your ability. Just like that. If it is too hard for you, you can just sketch it out. Just like that. Look, I sketched this one out. That's it. If it's too hard to trace, just sketch it. You're going to sketch it 3 times. Going straight down. Okay, just sketch it 3 times. This will save us time for later. Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. You traced it 3 times. Perfect. Okay. The name of this shape is called a 1. 1. The number 1. Yep. You'll figure out why we call it a 1 in a second. Okay. The number 1. 1. It has a value of 1, so the name is 1. Miss Van Dyke in 8th grade likes to call it the little guys. Okay? She likes to refer it as the little guys because it is the smallest tile you have. You should only have this singular tile out. That's it. Nothing else. Please follow directions. Alright. The area of this tile is the same thing as the name. So if the name is 1, then the area is also 1. Alright. Dimensions. Does anybody know what dimensions are? Not in this example, but in general. What is dimensions? Yes?
Of greater value?
Okay, not exactly for this problem, Jorge.
Like size?
Okay, so 3D means 3-dimensional. Sebastian, it's like the sides, right? So dimensions are, what are the measurements of the sides? Okay, and I'm going to tell you that the length of this is 1 and the width is 1. So therefore, the area, how do I find the area of a square? I would multiply
1.
length times width, right? Length times width. So I would do 1 times 1. And what is 1 times 1? 1. But you know it.
Oh, I can't see it. There's too many ones.
Alright. So the dimensions is 1 by 1. So the area is 1. Okay. Perimeter. So, like Brandon, in the do now, when we have perimeter, what are we talking about?
The sides.
All the sides, right? So I told you that this side is 1, and I also told you this side is 1. What does this measure over here?
1.
And what does this measure up here? Okay, go ahead and label it on your paper.
Equals 4.
So, when it comes to perimeter, I'm going to add 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Because I'm going to add all the sides. Are there anything going in between them? No, there's no fence in the middle. So we're going to go all the way around. And what does this simplify down to? 4. So this has a perimeter of 4 because I went all the way around. What is the area? 1. What is the perimeter? 4. By the end of the week, you got to make sure you know the difference between the area value and the perimeter value. Alright, leave this out. Okay? Now you're going to go into your bag and you're going to find one of these skinny ones. No, like I said, leave this one out. Do not grab the one that has these lines in it. It has to be smooth. Has to be smooth. Okay. I would like you to trace it 3 times going straight down.
How come I doing this?
So trace it 3 times, please.
These are hard to trace.
Remember, if it's hard for you to trace, you just can freehand them. Just make sure they look like rectangles, skinny rectangles. You don't have to trace. Like you said, we don't have to use these. You can do this without tiles. Okay, the name of this one is called X.
Why is one called X?
Why not 2?
Alright. Miss Van Dyke likes to call them the skinny guys.
Tall? I understand why it's X.
Alright. The area of this shape is X. And I'll prove to you why. Okay?
No lines.
Okay. Take your 1 and put it on top of your X. Stack them on top of each other. Because I want to know the dimensions. So, if I stack them on top of each other, what do I notice?
Oh, the letter I.
It fits, Carla. Very good. So that means this side and this side are the same. Well, what was the value of this? 1. So therefore this has to be
1, 2.
These are equal to each other. So if this is a 1, then this has to be a 1 because they're equal. So let's put a 1 up here. Because I used the one I already knew, and I saw, wait a minute, it also is the same size, so it's 1. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to do this. I'm going to show you.
4.
I'm going to turn them, you know what, I'm going to turn them into negative so you clearly see the difference. Stop.
We added them last time.
It doesn't fit.
Oh.
Is it a half?
Oh, I know.
It's 3.5.
What?
I know the area.
Well, okay, what is the area?
3.5.
I already told you the area. It's on your paper. You already wrote it down.
It's 3.5.
So, guys, I don't understand why you're in your bags. Okay, can we tell the dimension of this side?
Yes.
No,
3.5.
it's not a half. It's even worse. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be very important for you to understand right now. Like I said, you're going to be using these in high school. Pay attention. We cannot give this side a value because we don't know. It doesn't fit perfectly. So in math, what do we use when we don't know the value of something? X. So therefore, this side equals X. We don't know. What we do know is that it's going to be changing. One day it's going to be a number, the next day it's going to be a different number. So to find the area, it's again length times width. Notice I have no tiles in my hands. My hands are free. So I would multiply what? Two things to find my area. 1 times x. And what is 1 times x equal to? 1x, which is just x. We don't write the 1. It's invisible. That's why this is called an x, because the area is an x, because it's 1 times x. We don't know what this measurement is. We can't take a guess. Remember that. Do not take a guess. Call it an x. Does that make sense? Remember that in high school. I can't give this a value. I must call it an x. Alright, bottom part, the perimeter. Well, what do you know this side measures? X. What do you know this side measures? Alright, what do you think this side measures?
X.
Very good, because it's a rectangle. And this measures 1.
It's X.
So what am I going to add to get my perimeter? X plus what?
X.
1 plus x plus 1. Like Brandon did in the first problem. We gotta go all the way around the shape, all the way around, close it. That will give us our perimeter. Now, does anybody know how to simplify this? I don't know where your levels are at. Some of my students felt like this is it, second period. You guys?
No. Isn't it 2x?
Is that it? Just 2x?
No.
Just X.
2x is the number.
2 x's, and that's it?
No.
Well, I have